What's going on, y'all? So listen. All right. Black Ink Crew is back, season 6, episode 1. Caesar AD, which means after fucking Dutchess, okay? Dutchess ain't on this season, and I'm so fucking glad because, at some point, you get tired of cussing a bitch out. You get tired of calling a bitch out on her fuck ass ways. But the bitch was being mentioned throughout the whole episode because of the simple fact that, Caesar, you want to act like you ain't hurting, bitch, but you still hurting like Teddy said, and you out here being a little hoe. Okay, so now I just seen the little Breakfast Club interview that he did earlier this week. Probably, I think it came out today, but he did it yesterday. I don't know. Either way, I just seen it. It was actually pretty good, and I do have to. Let me just put this out because y'all know I'm about to be going in on these niggas, but let me give them their props and stuff and compliments before, because it's probably gonna change throughout the season. Caesar did what he's supposed to do with this platform. Okay. He was given the opportunity to get on a reality TV show to broadcast his shop and his tattoos and all that shit. Even though we don't see most of the tattooing and we see more so of the dramas that goes on with the relationship, he still took that fucking opportunity and expounded his empire. He put it out there that he trying to make an empire, and that is what he doing. This nigga is about to open up 4 more shops, okay? He got 2 shops in New York. He got one up in ATL. He's doing one in Miami, Houston, and 2 other places. I can't remember. Go look at the interview. I was like, well, good goddamn. Okay? He is making moves, so I can't even fault him and come down on him about that. You know. Um, but this, when we start the episode off, I'm not even finna go play by play because the episode really wasn't much. They were dealing with the contractors, okay? 113th is closed. It's closed because of renovations, and I think it was closed for 2 weeks, and it was supposed to be done when everybody finally get there, and it's supposed to be opened up. Melody come there because she is the new manager, and nothing is done. It just looks like they just cover stuff up and put stuff in there, but didn't fix nothing. It's half-assed, and nobody can get in contact with Caesar, okay? And he's down in Atlanta, and he's more so focused on what's going on in Atlanta than what's going on in New York. And at one point he said, "Damn, can I get a break? You a boss, nigga. Like y'all like to keep on saying you a boss and you building an empire. Bosses don't break yet. Okay, especially in the beginning. You don't get no break when you trying to build a fucking empire. Not like what you trying to do, okay? And then what really, really, really irked me was the way that they was responding to Melody. Melody didn't know a damn thing that was going on because she also, just like y'all, was trying to call and see what was going on with Caesar and how come the shop ain't open and where the fuck he at. She couldn't get in contact with him either, which I felt was rude as fuck, all right? You do not leave your employees hanging and don't tell them what's going on and keep a play-by-play. If that's your manager, the manager needs to be in the know with you, okay? So that she or he can relay what's going on to the employees and figure out the course of action to take what they need to do in event of stuff happening. She coming in there, she blindsided, so now all the employees are pissed off at her because you wanted to be a manager, why don't you manage? Well, bitch, if I ain't got shit to manage, how am I manage, okay? She calls and trying to talk to Caesar, and he talking to her, talking about you figure it out. The contract has been paid and all that shit. And here's my thing: I don't care if I left my stuff in the hands of somebody else. I'm still gonna be calling and checking in on stuff. Okay. I ain't finna just, okay, I trust you to do this. No, I'm still gonna be calling. And I felt like he should have still at least called and checked up on the contractors and see what was going on to get an update and not just leave it on one person that you didn't tell nothing about to continue and to fix everything. He dead ass was putting everything on Melody's shoulders as if she was already working in conjunction with him to know what was going on, and she wasn't. Now if that was the case, then yeah, she could have went on ahead and said, fuck this, I can get this and I can get that. She ain't even had the fucking numbers to the goddamn contractors because she didn't know shit about it. And then she was gonna have everybody come to the shop so they can go ahead and clean up and they bitching and moaning because she was late because she's on the phone with the contractors trying to get all the stuff fixed up, and Walter getting in his feelings about it once she get there. And I'm like, boy, if you don't shut the fuck up. Walter was being a bitch to me, if you ask me, in this scene. And then when she threw out there, I'm up here trying to deal with the contractors and the sick baby and all this stuff, he was like, well, shit, I got 3 kids too. And she was like, but I'm a mother. And she did throw that out there as a point to make. You're a father who don't see your kids every day because your kids don't live with you. They live with the mother. That's basically what she was trying to say. So it's a whole nother different responsibility that, is placed upon her, being that she's with her child every single day. And all the responsibilities, regardless, falls on her, even though it's supposed to be equal, and he felt as though she was attacking his fatherhood and what he do. And he said, don't you ever disrespect my shit. She said, well, bitch, stop disrespecting me. So it was a tick for tat. I saw both sides and I knew exactly why she threw that out there at him like that. So at one point they was about to get started and it's a fucking dead rat up in the goddamn thing. I said, what? What the hell? And then we got this whole shit with, Donna got a new boyfriend. I think his name is Mo or something like that. Bitch, I don't know. He looked like a slightly cleaner version of Walt. He really do. Okay, brought the bitch lunch and brought her some chocolates and all that shit. Everybody was liking him. And then later on in the episode, Donna and them, they get back to the shop. After everything gets done, everybody's there on time again. They cleaning up or whatever, waiting for the contractors to come. And they get a phone call, from some nigga. First of all, Donna, this where you fucked up at. Bitch, I don't answer no caller IDs, okay? Unless and if you don't leave a comment or voicemail, you surely ain't gonna get a call back, even if it's a number that I never seen and it pops up. But if it say no caller ID, bitch, no caller ID means you don't get picked up, okay? But she answered the phone and, she was like, hello? Yeah. Okay, and then she put it on speakerphone. And some nigga on the opposite end of the phone talking about some, you a hoe ass, dumpster ass bitch and all this shit. Basically calling her a hoe. Fuck your little boyfriend. He gonna get fucked up. Max getting out of jail. Mind you, Donna just said fuck that bitch. Okay, because she was going over a tattoo for a client where, she had a scar on her ankle and she wanted to get it covered up, and she was talking about it's a whole bunch of shit in her past that she wished can cover up. And, she goes into talking about how Max was a devil, basically. The nigga used to beat and emotionally abuse her. And, she was like, I'm glad that nigga got charged with some more stuff and got to spend 15 more years up in jail. All right, so at this point, she hype off of that, and then this nigga talking about some Max finna get out and he gonna fuck y'all up and threatening her and all this shit. And she did say at one point, Max did say that, he'll kill her if she go with somebody else. Bitch, let me just tell you how dumb. First of all, Donna was shook, and you don't take shit like this lightly, okay? I don't give a fuck. You don't play around with stuff like this, not even for no storyline. And I don't feel like this shit is for a storyline because that nigga look crazy. That motherfucker had at least 3 missing teeth in his mouth, okay? Listen, you don't fuck with people like that, okay? The nigga is shorter than her and was beating her ass, bitch. I ain't got the time. He had a whole bunch of flaws against him, and he had the nerve to be putting his hands on this girl. She said at one point he was stepping on her face. Like, I said, oh, girl, you gotta pick better choices. I mean, just look at the nigga. Sometimes they say don't judge people by their covers, but god damn, I could have judged that one for you and said walk the fuck away. Don't even turn around and say hi. Don't. If he say, hey, yo, ma, you just keep the fuck on walking, okay? And she a little shook. Now, see, this is where the nigga fucked up. Whoever the fuck did it. Why the fuck? And niggas are so damn dumb. Why the fuck would you call a bitch that is on fucking reality TV, not knowing whether or not they're filming that day or not or whatever, and that this shit may be caught on camera? So therefore, you're self-incriminating. You're self-incriminating, and plus, you're also making your homeboy a suspect because you said his goddamn name. All right. So if something was to ever happen to Donna, unless God forbid the bitch show up dead or whatever, and the nigga is out because he did say he getting out soon. I said, bitch, what? and something happened to the girl, we know who the fuck did it. Because we got footage of this nigga saying that this motherfucker did it. You just done made your homeboy a fucking prime suspect. God damn, y'all so dumb. Okay, I look at a lot of Fatal Attractions. I look at a lot of For My Mans and, Snap and ID Channel. Girl, come on, y'all stupid as shit. It's niggas. Alright? So that shit happened. That was the stuff that was going on in New York. And Teddy and Kitty, Kitty at one point had FaceTime Caesar trying to see what the fuck is going on and hung up on his ass because he really wasn't trying to hear anything about going back to New York and helping out. Even Even Teddy and Kitty go down there to Atlanta and try to confront him, and he wasn't paying no attention because they was at a pool party celebrating the 6 month anniversary of the opening of the ATL Black Ink, and he was all about the ass and the pussy and shit like that. And I get it, because you've been in a relationship for 5 years. Now you free to do whatever the fuck you want. But you can't neglect your businesses like this, alright? Teddy was like, I like pussy like the next nigga just as much as the next nigga. But bitch, come on, he was even trying to get his attention and it wasn't working. And he's showing them pictures about how the shit was, and it was just a lot. Did y'all catch the shade? Okay, so now we back down in Atlanta. I got done with the New York shit. We in Atlanta. We see the new house. I seen when Sky moved in and all that shit, That whole opening scene with Sky, with the lights coming up and she coming out the bed, she's putting the shawl on and all that, the robe, it was funny because we already know it was just over the top and it was Sky and all that shit. It was cute. And then when she was trying to wake up Caesar, who was just supposed to be there for a week or so, and he was in the bed with Persuasion, the fucking title underneath her name said Caesar's current flings. One of Caesar's current flings. I said, bitch, the whole shade. Okay? The whole fucking shade. So, they getting ready to go down there to the shop, and Sky was being her extra self. Alright, she was screaming. Them motherfuckers was either looking shook and scared of her, or looking like they talk shit about her behind her back. That's how they was looking. I said, big boy in the blue, what the fuck is Jazzy Faye doing there? I said, oh, sorry, that ain't him. You know what I'm saying? But it just caught me off guard a little bit. But you know, he talking about he liked the way Sky was managing the shop and wanted to throw this pool party to celebrate the 6 months anniversary of them being down there in Atlanta. And so in the process of this, everybody was cool with it. These niggas come in a clown suit and all this shit. And I said, what in American Horror Story Code is going on? I was like, we just seen it. It just came out. Y'all got to stop playing with these clowns and stuff. And they come in, talk about some, they singing telegrams. I said, they still do that? In 2017, they still do that? I was so confused. Like, what the fuck is going on? And then they start singing. First of all, they sounded good. I said, okay. And next thing you know, it started off decent, like, congratulations on your shot. And then it was like, you ain't gonna get past this, and you ain't this, and then talking dead ass shit about, it's gonna burn to the ground. So I don't know what the fuck it was talking, but it got real negative. And it was like, who the fuck sent this shit? Either it was Dutchess or fucking Carly Red. Caesar think it was Dutchess. I think it was probably Carly Red because she's a bitter ass bird too. But they were talking about Dutchess at the beginning too when Sky was trying to tell them, listen, you bringing all these hoes up in the house, make sure you have condoms. And then she pulled out and said that, that bitch Dutchess put out a diss track against you, whatever. And I was like, Dutchess put out a diss track on iTunes? I'm so glad I missed it, and I'm not finna go back and try to listen. And they ain't even fucking play it on the show. Like, come on, girl. Whatever. You fucked up. Let me tell you something, Dutchess. You can't get mad because you cheated, he cheated, and you was cheating too. You were not innocent in that relationship. You were a bitch. You was trying to take over, and you really fucked up when you really dead ass thought that you was going to be able to come in and take half of what he made. Like he said on the Breakfast Club, You sought his ass out because you saw him in the Urban Ink magazine, and then you wanted to come down there to work for him in his shop. So how the fuck are you gonna try to take half of what was his? Okay, that you were just an employee of. All right, you were not co-owner. Okay, so therefore you don't deserve half, and you were not married to him. I said you a trash ass bitch when she tried to do that shit. I was so blown away like that, girl. And he said that shit didn't even work. It didn't even fucking work. No legal grounds. So, at this point, he thinking it's Dutchess. They had a little party. Before that, Sky was telling him how, she thinks she's now ready to go, because her kids are, one is about to turn 18, one is 19. Genesis is 19. And, um, they're about to, she want to see if they're, open to meeting her. He cool with it and all that stuff. Let me just tell y'all this. When Caesar was sitting at that table with that hood on, and he was listening to her, his lip, that bottom lip was hanging. Okay, and all I could think about was that scene on Nutty Professor when Professor Clump, aka Buddy Love, was at the screen with Carla, aka Jada horrible ass wig pinking up in that movie. You know, at the screen. And then when she kissed him, and then his lips swelled the fuck up, and he had to hold that bitch. Now go back and look at that scene on YouTube. If you ain't never seen fucking Nutty Professor with Eddie Murphy and you don't know that scene, bitch. Now tell me, don't his lip look heavy like that? Okay, it looks swole the fuck up. All right. And he was giving her encouragement and all the way there for, meeting her sons and stuff. They had a little party. Everything is going cool or whatever. Sky snatching the mic out of his hand and all that shit. And then Carly Red showing the fuck up, being a little dumbass bird ass style. She mad that he putting out in the blocks that they fuck. She trying to say that they were celibate. Bitch, I don't believe a shit that you say, okay? Y'all fucked, alright? I know niggas lie on they dick, but bitch, you's a bird. So you fuck that nigga. You thirsty as hell. And I remember when I seen this on the blogs, the unedited shit. Like, she literally just popped up and Persuasion was about to beat that ass. Okay? Girl, whatever. I believe that was her that sent that goddamn singing telegram. It fits her MO. Um, One of the last things that I really want to talk about was when the party and shit was over with, and Dutchess and Caesar was at the crib, and they was playing a game or whatever, and then after that he gets a phone call or a text message or somebody sending him something, and there's a video of that little interview. I never saw the interview, and I don't plan on seeing the interview because I want to see all the shit play out on TV, and I've heard about all the dramas that he say, she say bullshit about whether or not Sky was lying about, not seeing the son or giving him up legally and all that stuff and whatever. If the boys were not given up legally, that was not on Sky because Sky was a child. Sky was like 14, 15 years old. Her mother took those kids, okay? So that's on them. On her, I should say. And her mama ain't all the way there as we know. And so that whole thing happened, and I hate the way that it's being played out. And I saw that, I did see when the father and the son was up at that Dutchess shop and all that shit. Dutchess did that shit. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Dutchess knew what the fuck she was doing. She was in on that shit, and she was doing that shit to fucking hurt that girl. Did that interview there. She had something to do with it too. And she may not have fed him the words or whatever, but I'm pretty sure she told him some. And I'm pretty sure he made some decisions about his own mama on his own because of how he felt or whatever. But she's a vindictive ass bitch. So I wouldn't put it past her. And regardless of what type of relationship, I don't care. I don't care. Dutchess should not have had no fucking dealings with that boy whatsoever, whether it was good intentions or not. You are not in contact with the mom. You don't bring the kids into it like that, okay? And you and the mama don't even fucking get along. So of course, regardless of what your intentions were, it's gonna be looked at as negative, as if you trying to be messy. And that's how I looked at it. But anyway, that was Black Ink. Y'all tell me how y'all feel. I will be back every Wednesday reviewing this, and yeah, let's discuss. Peace.